Valley Club, there are a lot of characters in Marvel Strike Force, but only a few are worth building. And in this video, we're gonna make it easier for you to decide which are the best and which are the worst. We're gonna talk about the 10 best non-mythical characters in the game. If you're ready for all of it, you want to do Valley Club, find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having an excellent day, and I hope you're ready for the arena meta to totally shift in just a few short weeks. We have the first new member of the Fantastic Four arriving today, but before we get into this new meta, I do want to talk about the best characters today. And if you get some value from this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new video goes up. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week on this channel. But without further ado, let's get into the game and talk about the best characters in Marvel Strike Force right now. And if we look at the roster, we do have a new meta that is arriving. Invisible Woman technically is out today, but the rest of the meta, Mr. Fantastic, Franklin Richards, are going to be arriving over the next few weeks. So we're going to get a totally new arena meta in the next few weeks. But as of right now, these are the best non-mythical characters in the game. So obviously these mythical characters like Odin, Professor X are going to be the top characters in the game right now. But if we exclude them from the list, let's go and talk about the rest of the best of the rest. And I want to start with the number 10 spot. That is the Ancient One. Now, if you've been playing Battle World this week, you know that Ancient One and Moondragon are a deadly combo with that Pact of Mephisto. They're unkillable by Null. You cannot beat them with Null. Her main modes are going to be Battle World and War, but also very good in Cosmic Crucible as well. So if we look at the passive Battle World and War, if this character has 3 or more Astral allies at the start of any match, enemy characters cannot spawn with taunt, on spawn safeguard self and all Astral allies, and prolong the duration of all positive effects by 1 to maximum 3 on self and all allies. The rest of her kit isn't totally based around War and Battle World and the Astral team, flipping positive effects into negative effects on all enemies. Big AoE attack, piercing damage, heal block, and gains extra crit damage. And this is good in Battle World and War. The counters are great, but the main thing is that big AoE attack. Primary target, 250% piercing, rebound chain with more piercing damage as well, and applying stun and reducing the speed bar to the most injured enemy as well. That is without the Astral team. That is not in Battle World. So very, very good character. And to move on with this list, I want to go through the squad section because this is usually where the best characters are. If you go to the squads, this is like the order of release. The most recent team is all the way at the top. And then as you go down, you get to older and older teams. Now the cutoff, I think for a lot of these teams are going to be right here. This Annihilators. This is where we have the new post-Aerie stats. All teams previous to this have the older stats. So for this next team, we're going to move away from the Astral. Very, very good. The next team, I want to go all the way up to the Starjammers. And a lot of these teams, there's one member that really stands out in multiple game modes. Lilandra is very good. You need her for the Professor X saga. But I think the standout member of the Starjammers, at least for me, is going to be Havoc. What I like about what Havoc does, when enemy attacks a Starjammer ally or an X-Men ally, so you do need to have certain teams on the field for Havoc. He does that counterattack. He's going to attack that enemy, 300% piercing. This attack is unavoidable, gains 50% damage if that enemy has barrier. So I really like what he does with this move. And for me, just this counterattack makes him one of the more annoying Starjammers to deal with outside of Cosmic Crucible. Obviously, in Cosmic Crucible, it's a great character, but clearing positive effects and all charge from the primary target, which is very, very good. You have this on his ultimate, and this is outside of Crucible, outside of a full Starjammers team. Also, big attack, 400% piercing and defense down for 2 turns. Got some extra things with the Starjammers, but what he does without Starjammers is still pretty good in my opinion. The special, attacking the primary target, 350% damage, stun for 2 turns, trauma for 1 turn, attacking the primary and adjacent targets, 350% damage, heal block for 2 turns, trauma up to maximum of 3 for each target, and that is not mentioning any Crucible yet or any Starjammers. I think he's a great character, especially if you pair him with other Starjammers or other X-Men allies. He comes in at number 9 on this list. And moving back to our squads, obviously the characters that we're picking are one of the more recent characters, but I want to move down to the absolute A-Force for the next character, and obviously the big standout character in the absolute A-Force is Kahori. Such a strong character. Turn Muta Manipulator on spawn. After all other characters on spawn effects, you're gonna fill speed by 200%. So getting 2 turns right off the bat, and that's very, very good. Attack the enemy controller with the highest focus, 350% piercing, and applying expose, and then you get 2 moves. Now you can do that. You're probably gonna do the basic there, but the special is also very good if you can get some ability energy before she does this. The ultimate is a good one as well, but of course you would need ability energy. You do get that in other game modes, but yeah, very, very strong kit just because of the way this passive reads. And then if you could pair her getting some ability energy, or if you're using her other non-war game modes and are saving up energy, this is a very, very strong passive. But just because she has this passive, I think it makes her very strong in war, which is where the absolute A-Force is supposed to be used. But also Kahori is fitting in a lot of hybrid teams in Cosmic Crucible. So the main area you're gonna get value from her, Cosmic Crucible and war. But let's move on to the next team that I wanted to discuss. And it's gonna be a character from the Vigilantes. And I think the big standout character for the Vigilantes, I do like Punisher, one of my favorite characters since his rework. But I think the standout character for me is gonna be Silver Sable. Great character. For me, it's all about this ultimate, applying heal block for 2 turns, disrupted 2 turns for all enemies. Clear barrier from all enemies. In raids, you're gonna clear charge as well. But on offense, if the character has 4 more vigilante allies, reduce duration of all positive effects on all enemies by 2. Now, you do need to have a full vigilante team for this to go off. But attacking all enemies, 320% damage, applying vulnerable to a maximum of 5. And the good thing about this one, the reduction, the duration, the decay move, I guess that's the word I was looking for, the decay that she has with this, it only works with the vigilante allies, but it's so strong, it reduces the safeguard, it reduces taunt, reduces a lot of things. Also, is a pretty good special as well, flipping positive effects and negative effects on primary and adjacent targets. You all attacking the primary adjacent targets, 280% damage, applying slow and bleeds, but very, very good. But really, this one, you do need a full vigilante team to get this like decay effect, but it is so strong. I think that even if it's limited to just the vigilante teams, I think it's a good move, and I think that brings her at least into my top 10. I'm not sure if she makes your top 10, but that move and what she did in a negative zone, what she's doing in raids, or any mode that has raid bonuses on, is very, very strong, especially if you're with a full vigilante team. Moving on to the next team that I want to discuss. And of course, usually these best characters are in these top teams. And of course, Fantastic Four, it will be on the top in a few weeks. But yeah, before they get here, this is the meta in my opinion right now. Moving on to the next team, and that is gonna be the Nightstalkers. Where are they? Yeah, we got a couple of good characters. We have Blade, very strong character, lots of damage. Oath is a good character, and since her rework, Agatha Harkness is very annoying to deal with, but I think I'm gonna choose Blade for right now. I think Blade is strong, many game modes. Not really involved in arena, but because the Nightstalkers are a raid team, he's very strong in the raids. He is the one that gets a lot of use in other game modes, War, Crucible. You might not see a full Nightstalkers team, but you're definitely going to see some combination of Blade and Oath used in all these game modes. And I think Blade is a stronger of the 2 pair. Also great for Dark Dimension, the city section. Probably going to pair him with Oath again, but Blade, very, very good. And in the recent Danger Room, when he had that accursed tag, man, he just did a lot of work. And the next character is such a good character that as I started talking about, it froze the game. So we are back in a squad selection, and he's actually not here. He's not on a team, but he's so good that my game crashed when talking about him. He is the legendary character right now that everyone got for free if you are engaged, and that is Quazar. Very, very good. Supposed to be a war character, but it's supposed to fit on a lot of teams as well. On spawn, defense up 2 turns, and immunity 2 turns to self and all allies. On turn, go for 25% of this character's max health. That is happening every single turn. First time this character takes a turn, if any legendary mythic, gain +1 immunity up to a maximum of 3. When an enemy exposed gains a positive effect, attack that enemy for 350%, 300% piercing, steal 5% health, reduce the speed bar of that enemy by 15%, gain 25% drain. Keeps going on, ladies and gentlemen. On war offense, any turn, reduce that barrier on each enemy by barrier 50%. At any turn, this character does not have safeguard, gain 1 safeguard. While this character's health is 50% or more. Enemies cannot feel speed bar by themselves or allies. This character and all allies cannot gain exhausted. The focus of damage of the character and all allies can only be reduced by offense down. Enemies can only gain immunity. The speed of all character can only be altered by positive and negative effects. Very, very strong, but I think the strongest thing is a paid thing, and that is this battlefield effects on war offense. It is the awaken ability. If you were able to get this, great. Hopefully it's available down the road, but this is a strong one. Clear all battlefield effects on the allied side and apply the battlefield effects quantum constructs to the allied side. This battlefield effect cannot be cleared or replaced by another battlefield effect, and it lasts until 18 characters have completed their turns. And since I can't find it anywhere in the game, maybe it's there, I just don't see it, but quantum constructs, what it does on an enemy turn, reduces the duration of one positive effect by 2 on that enemy. Reduce the enemy assist chance by 100%, active healing by 30%. Enemies cannot gain charge or safeguard. This battlefield cannot be cleared or replaced by another battlefield effect. It lasts until 18 characters, allies and enemies have completed their turns. This got a very big special that attacks the primary and adjacent targets, applies defense down for 2 turns, slow for 2 turns, offense down for 2 turns, exposed for 2 turns to the primary target, defense down for 2 turns to each adjacent target, does some extra stuff on war offense. But yeah, one of the best characters in the game without that mythic tag. As we go back to the squad selection to check for the next one, and let's go down to this team for the next one. It is the Astral team, and it is Shadow King. Shadow King, great character, is involved in the arena meta right now. I see him a little more on defense. I don't really use him on offense, but he has this possessed mechanic. Yes, he gains a possessed mechanic. He's gonna clear possessed from all allies. When this character or Astra has possessed at the end of that turn, when a non-summoned ally uses their ultimate ability, clear barrier from the most injured enemy, attack the most injured enemy, 300% piercing, 50% drain, steal 5% of the max health, and redistribute to the possessed character. Fill the possessed character speed bar by 15%. Clear 1 negative effect on the possessed character. Yeah, it keeps going, guys. The characters that have possessed cannot gain trauma or stun, which means you cannot stun Shadow King. When a character that has possessed died, apply possessed to a random astral ally that does not have possessed. And man, this would be so strong if it could apply to any character, not just the astral character. In Battle World, it gets even better. He's got a very strong ultimate, big AU attack, but he's also has that decay effect, reduced duration of all negative effects on this character and each ally by 2. Any negative effect has a duration of 0, expires instantly, including trauma, heals self, all allies by 20% of this character's max health. Gonna copy and clear positive effects except for taunt, and then a big AU attack, 550% damage. This guy does a lot. He is a great character, still worth building, not just for Battle World, not just for war, also in Arena, and yeah, gets a lot of use in Cosmic Crucible. So very versatile character. Back to this list, and we're gonna go for one character that was released pre-Ares, and we're gonna go pretty far back for this one. This character is so good that even an old team, he is still in the meta. And I think what brought him back into the meta was about a month ago, he got some diamonds. He was kind of struggling without the diamonds because he has those pre-Ares stats, but old man Logan, my goodness, what a strong character. He was the only character without diamonds that was still involved in the meta, and for a while, the only like pre-Ares character that still is involved in the meta. And as we speak, because the Fantastic Four is not fully out yet, he is still involved in the arena meta. Very strong, and using him, the chargeable enemy with the highest damage cannot gain charge before this character takes a turn. So yeah, stopping charge in arena, that is why you bring him. So that's usually Odin, is stopping from gaining charge. And claws out, the ultimate strong move. The ultimate and special are very strong. Putting all barrier on all enemies, attack all enemies, 550% piercing plus 100% drain. Putting positive effects into negative effects, applying all of the following negative effects for 2 turns. Bleed, defense down, trauma, disrupted. Apply the ability box to the enemy with the highest damage, and it gets even better on war offense. The special attacks the primary target, flipping positive effects into negative effects, stun, chaining as well, and then is gonna get a revive once. Also gives it to Dakin if Dakin doesn't have that. But yeah, very annoying when you're going against an old man Logan, because if attacked, it'll speed by 20%. So just for that, and he's got a lot of the lines in his passive that are very strong, but for me, it is this speed bar gain that every time he's attacked, gaining 20%. So you do have to be careful of him, but yeah, very, very strong character. He still is worth building at this point. I'm not sure where he's going to be involved in arena meta once the Fantastic Four is fully out, but since they're not out as me recording this, yeah, still using him in arena all the time. Moving on to the next character, and we got to go back to the Astral team. Man, that is a strong team. I'm wondering, because of the delay for Battle World, I'm wondering if they would have been this strong without that delay. I know they got some reworks, and they gave out kind of the awakened abilities for War, but Emma Frost is still involved in the arena meta. Again, kind of like Old Man Logan. Once the Fantastic Four is fully out in the game, I'm not sure how much she's going to be involved, but she is involved right now. A lot of it is because of this ultimate, clearing barrier on all enemies, attacking primary target and adjacent targets, 350% damage, 10% of the character's max health, clearing positive effect. If this character does not have trauma, copy and clearing any positive and negative effects except for stun from Astral and X-Men allies to self. Copy clearing negative effects from self to primary target. This is the big one here. Mind control all enemies adjacent to the primary target to attack the primary target. Control characters gain 50% more damage for this attack. Bury yourself and all allies by 30% of this character's max health. Very, very strong move. That is just her ultimate. That is the main one that I'm using in arena. This is a strong one as well. Clearing all barrier on all enemies as well. Attacking the primary target, 250% damage. Flipping positive effects into negative effects. Ability block, defense down. Another mind control. She is a beast with a lot of stuff here. Clearing barrier and on-spawn defense of the self and all allies. She's more benefits for Astral and X-Men allies, and yeah, but the main reason you're building her, and all this stuff is good in Astral team and in War and all that stuff, but for arena, it is the special and the ultimate that makes her so strong, though. That mind control is what does it. And last but not least, this character is not on any team, but by definition, this character does not have the mythic tags. So I'm gonna put Null at the top. Yeah, kind of a weird character to get at the top, but he is very, very strong, involved in arena, involved in Cosmic Crucible, involved in one of the Battle World teams, War as well. Not going to use him in the raids, but pretty much everything else. And he may be staying in the arena meta even after the Fantastic Four is out. His passive, characters killed by Null, cannot be revived. On spawn, gain defense up for 2 turns by darkness to the enemy with the highest damage. This character or allies turn heal self for 5% of the character's max health per enemy with darkness. If this character's health is full, instead bury yourself by 5% of the character's max health per enemy with darkness. And if we look at what darkness does on enemy turn, if that has darkness, mind control that enemy to attack the most injured enemy. This is kind of good for Odin. Like when you're attacking into this, one of these mind controls does count as an assist. So if you do that special, you should get that battlefield effects off for Odin because of this. So it's great for all other characters, maybe not for Odin in arena though. 20% more damage for each enemy that has darkness on that enemy, maximum of 200% damage. Enemy with darkness cannot gain speed up. 10% drain, 10% speed for each enemy with darkness, up to a maximum of 50% for self and all symbiote allies. Lower damage reduction, damage resistance for all enemies with by 25% for all enemies with darkness, cannot be resisted. He also has summons as well. He's got a Carnage Enrage version of Carnage that you could summon. The boss version of Null in Battle Worlds can summon a bunch of other characters. But yeah, this Null, very, very strong. Let me know if you think I missed any non-mythic characters. Obviously, these mythic characters are very, very good. Or are there other characters on these teams that we talked about that you think should be in this spot? Maybe Lalandra over Havoc. Maybe you like one of the Vigilantes over Silver Sable. Let me know in the comments if you have some diverging opinions. I love to hear other opinions. If you got some value from this video, leave it a like. Check me out on social media. Check out my other channel. We still have a PlayStation 5 that we're doing a giveaway for. The link to the contest is going to be up there or in the description. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Take care, guys.